Alright guys, I just want to do a quick update on the Land Cruiser Megasquirt project before I finish looming some of this stuff. So let me show you what we've got so far. So last time we didn't have this main relay. So we got an 80 amp relay that goes from the positive of the battery, tucks up under here, and then it wraps around and goes down and back up and actually feeds our fuse block. So everything on the car will be switched from that one main relay. Everything as far as the Megasquirt and engine is controlled. So one wire hits this, and then right now I've got one hooked up that goes down and comes up into this loom, which is the double connector. Well, there's actually two individual connectors, but I kind of loomed them together nicely and did a little bit of heat shrink. So anyway, that is power for the coil. So the distributor gets a power on this side, and this is a tack out, which is optional. Megasquirt will get the Tach Signal from the VR, the reluctor in here, but I just wanted to make sure while we're in here wiring, I got the tack out so we can just run like a plain old tachometer if we want. I'll just have that provision. So I just grabbed this green wire out of the Megasquirt bundle. I think it's PWM idle. It doesn't really matter. I think the Megasquirt bundles usually come with a tack out wire, but I couldn't find it. I got like a big string of wires. I don't know if you can see them, but anyway, there's just a handful left. So I used that, and it's gonna turn out pretty nice. I'm just using some of this self-closing wire loom, and it'll come down here, clip in both of these guys at the same time. So you can see that. Get a little light on there. Anyway, I'll just run it, maybe P-clip it or something next to the battery tray and have it come up and just back around and then split off to this main harness. Anyway, let me show you real quick the other setup I've got. So down here we got our plug off of eBay. It was like 10 bucks or so, but it's hard to find. We searched in the junkyards everywhere and couldn't find this HEI plug. Anyway, so this guy has a black, a brown, a white, and a purple. Kind of difficult to tell, but this guy on the end is purple. And the black is ground, which goes to your sensor ground with your TPS and such. And the white and the purple are your reluctor and VR sensors. So that I used the, gosh, if it would focus, there we go. I used this shielded, the shielded microphone cable that comes with the Megasquirt stuff. That's for Tach Signal, so that it doesn't get a lot of interference with anything else in the car. We don't want any ground noise or weird stuff getting in the way of that signal, just so it gets a nice clean signal. And then I used the sensor ground wire, which is black with a white stripe, and then I just used one of the spare wires. I think this is like spare, yeah, spare one, SPR1. It's like a tan brown, and it matched the tan brown on this coil pretty well, or not coil, but the plug. This one is like a straight up brown. But anyway, they're all color coded, except the purple will just be black on this microphone wire. That'll be easy enough to remember, and if not, the cab's right there. So anyway, it kind of looks messy right now, but in reality it's honestly super clean. I'll tie this in. This will all get tied in and pushed back, into that grommet, I'll push this, tie this in here, loom tape this, and it will come out all nice and clean. Plug right in here, find a place to zip tie it or use a P-clip, and yeah, should be good to go. So we're getting really close on this. This is yeah, getting towards the final stages. We got our relay, we got our battery, alternator is hooked up, but we're having some issues. I think it's belt size that we're having a problem with. I don't really know. This is a one wire GM style alternator, I guess. My cousin's actually the one doing he's been bolting this stuff up while I've been doing the electrical, so I don't really know the issue, but he said we're having a fitment issue. I don't know if it's gonna work. We might have to do something else, but anyway, that'll just come off and go to the positive. Fuel pump is still sitting right here. I think we got some of the hose and stuff ready to go for it, but so far it's not hooked up. But that's easy. We'll just pound that out in a couple minutes when we're ready to do it. Right now, I just want to get everything into the cab, and pretty soon we'll get the Megasquirt stuff in there. And oh, we need the O2 sensor to go in. So the headers come down, and there's a collector that goes 2 into 1, and we want the right where it wides. That's where we want to put our wideband O2 sensor. But we're having some fitment issues. It hits the frame. It's like a generic Y piece we bought for this specific header, and I think it might fit other model years, but it's just having issues. So we're probably gonna have to manipulate that and drill a hole, throw the bung in there, and once the O2 is in, we should be able to fire this. I don't see why we couldn't. Everything's in except for we need to tap. I already drilled a hole for the air temp sensor, but other than that, it's pretty much there. Looks like a freaking mess right now, but if I took all the stuff off it, it'd be pretty clean. So anyway, there's your update for now. Have a good one.